Hi, FTC family. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my channel. And for everyone who is new, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Shakira. I'm the owner and founder of Follow the Calling, which was created to encourage a relationship with Jesus Christ. And I'm so happy you guys tuned in today. I want to just share my actual prayer for my husband. I want to just go through some things that I put in the prayer. It's an actual written prayer that I wrote down and I placed inside my Bible. And yeah, my anniversary is actually on tomorrow. We will have been married, Jesus willing, 6 years and 7 years together. So I'm very excited about that. I think that in the times that we're in now, with so much that is going on, we have to celebrate things that are worth celebrating. So marriages that are continuing, I think it's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing. So, and it took me a while of going through different things in my life to get to this point. So I just wanted to share what my actual prayer was before I actually met and married my husband. So as you guys know, some of you may know, I was previously married. That marriage lasted only a year and it was over and done with. And if you'd like to know more details about that, because I don't want to take up too much time on this video about that, but I did write a blog and it's called, I actually forgot exactly what I titled it as, but it is on my website, followthecalling.com. I wrote out that blog. I didn't actually record a video, but for all the details on that, check that out. But after my divorce, when I just found myself in my 2-bedroom apartment with hardly any furniture, with just my 2 children, I decided I want to be more intentional about what I want, what I need, what I desire in a marriage and my next husband. And yes, I still wanted to be married again, even after that horrible failure that happened before then. I just still knew that that was something that I desired to have in my life. I still had hope that there was someone else out there for me that was better for me. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to write. Well, actually, no, a friend of mine, she suggested that, why don't you just write down like what you want in your next husband and put it in your Bible, place it in Psalms. So at the time, I was just like, Psalms, like I didn't know why she said to, do that. But I just sat down and I just wrote down my sincere prayer. And I'm going to go through the things that I prayed for. So I said, Dear God, please bless my future husband to be the things that I need him to be, and me to him as well. Let me love, honor, respect, and encourage him till death. Let my children adore, respect, and honor him as well. And please bless my husband to be ... And then I listed these things. But first, I want to start off with, it is very important that when we are coming to God, especially when it comes to marriage, it's very important that we acknowledge ourself, because a relationship, a marriage takes 2 people. So we can't just ask God, I want this, 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 and this, and without even looking at ourselves. So that was kind of like an accountability, help me God moment for me to make sure that I listed that I want to love my husband. I want to honor him. I want to respect him. I want to encourage him. This is the kind of wife that I want to be. Also, I want my children, because they are a part of this family too. I want my children to adore him, to look up to him, to respect him and honor him as well, because I know those were some key things that will be very important in a household. Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but I just had to interrupt you really, really quickly to let you know about this free prayer guide that I created just for you. It's called the Healing and Strength Prayer Guide. Click the link below and it is all yours just within a few minutes. The prayer guide includes 6 principal prayers, a bonus principle that you can use to customize, and it is all for you for free. Again, click the link below and it's all yours in the next few minutes. And let's get back to the video. So to get into the things that I wrote down, I was very specific, and I was specific for a reason. And I wanted to make sure that I was looking beyond the like physical attributes and money and things like that, because everything that I have gone through in life, not even just with my first marriage, but just relationships in general, it's like you should start to learn and understand why certain things are not as important, you know. So the first thing I wrote down was I wanted him to be selfless. I was so sick and tired of experiencing me sacrificing myself, sacrificing things, just giving and doing and just thinking of someone else more than they thought of me. I really, really desired to have a husband that will sacrifice himself and just would love and think of me and my children, you know, outside of himself. That was super important to me. Someone who was loyal. Loyalty is absolutely important to me in a marriage, in friendship, in family. That is very important to me. I need someone that I know will be true to me, not just in front of me. If I'm not around, he is not going to talk bad about me with, you know, his family, or like, believe it or not, that happens. You know, I just need some loyalty. And of course, loyalty, you know, when it comes to cheating and things like that, you know, you need to be loyal. Um, Kind-hearted and family-oriented. Kind-hearted is very important. Yeah, just be kind. Just actually have compassion in your heart for someone, and especially your wife. Family-oriented. I was so over people who put their friends, their homeboys, hanging out over your family structure, because you know the design of a marriage, you have a husband and a wife, you have your household, your children, you're raising your kids, you're building together, you're living for God, you're serving God. And then when these kids grow up to go have their own families, then it's just you and your husband. So that is important, because that's like your structure. That is the foundation of life. So that was very important. God fearing and serving. Again, I have not always been saved and living for God or trying to live holy. That wasn't always me. But as I got older, as I realized how much I needed Him in my life and how I needed to live a certain way, you have to have someone who matches up with that. You know, I can't be, you know, wanting to pray and go to church and Bible study and just, you know, actually want to not live in sin, and then the person that I'm with is just wilding, just doing whatever. That's what you call unequally yoked, and that just was not gonna work. So the next one was respectful of women. Being respectful of women is very important, because of course I was in a situation where there was verbal and physical abuse. So I need not to be with anyone else that is going to feel or treat me as if I am a man. You know, um, there just needs to be a respect level of me being a woman, no matter what you are getting upset about. You know, respect women. Someone who's attractive. That is important. You know, I know that you can fall for people for their personalities and stuff like that, but of course we have to be realistic. You have to have an attraction there. You can't be married to someone that's like just a friend, but then you are looking at all these other guys and you think they're so fine. You know, some people say that, you know, you're not blind, so you can still think somebody else is good. Well, I think my husband looks good. So, you know, he still gives me butterflies. I still love him. So, with that being the case, like, I don't get like excited by seeing someone else that may also be handsome. Sexually fulfilling. That is important to put, even for us Christian saved folk. You know, That's important. And God knows how important that is to sustain a marriage. Like, that has to be on point. So we don't even need to go into too much more detail about that. But I recognize that's an important thing. And I had to put that in my prayer as well. Goal oriented. I don't want to be the only one that is working on things I want to accomplish in life and build, with my family and myself. I need my husband to also be that. So, wrote that down. Good hygiene. Oh my gosh. So, that is definitely important. I know us ladies, we tend to kind of keep ourselves up more than men just in general. So to have someone who really cares about how they keep themselves up, just the whole hygiene category, that is very important. That keeps the attraction flowing. And that will help, in the bedroom as well. Because if you don't have good hygiene practices, then that will definitely kind of spill over into other things. A non-smoker. Ugh, I did not realize that was something that really, really bothers me until I was with someone that did that, and it really bothered me. So that had to be a must, that my new husband did not smoke. Makes good money. So, we know money is not everything, but we just have to, I just wanted to be realistic. And good money, I just left it at that. Like, you didn't have to be a millionaire. You didn't have to be, super rich, but, make some decent money. We're in this thing together, with our finances and just with life. And I'm not one of these ones that just lean on my husband to do everything, despite some people have different, feelings about that. But that's not me. I like to make money as well and contribute to our family. But we both got to do that together. The next thing I wrote was loves my children. Super duper important to me. I don't need a man who just wants me and just all over me and just doesn't pay my kids any attention, because that will be just a fail. Like, I need you to love my kids just as much as you love me. I also wrote has 0, 1, or 2 children max. So, yeah, I wrote that down. And my current husband actually has 2 children. I have 2 children. Oh, and then I also put does not want any more children. So we were both definitely on the same page. Well, are, about not having any more children. Sometimes the discussion comes up every now and then, just because, you just think about, well, what would it be like if we had our own child? And so it's been just a off and on thought as of right now. I did request someone who didn't want any more kids. So the next thing I put, that they want to get married. I have dated guys who didn't even want to be in a serious relationship. So I'm getting older at this point, and when I wrote this, I'm like, look, I don't have time for games. That was basically a AKA, I don't have time for games. Do you actually want marriage? And then on the flip side of that, like, want marriage seriously, because again, I was married before, and that person, without hesitation, we were engaged twice actually. Without hesitation, like, you were all for getting married, but did not take it seriously and did not live a married, devoted life. I also put can teach me things and vice versa. That's very important because, like, I'm always searching and seeking to be better, to learn, to grow, and I like to pour out into others. So it is a great feeling to have your spouse to be able to pour back into you as well. That can teach me things. Like, I'm not just, which is nothing wrong with pouring out into other people, but it's almost like there's a saying about being the smartest one in the room. And then if you are, then you're in the wrong room. That's one of those things. Like, I don't want to be the only one with something to offer in that way in the marriage. And then the last 2 things was to be ambitious. That's important because I'm an ambitious person. That kind of goes along with goal oriented. And has a family I will love and get along with. Very important. I always thought that I'm marrying the guy. I'm not marrying your family. Like, we are the ones that have to sleep in our household and worry about our household. The other people don't matter, or they don't matter as much. But that is a huge deal. When you have holidays, you have birthdays, you have just your business that they may hear about and may have opinions about, or, it can get real sticky. And it did in my former life. And that's when I realized, you know what? Who wants to live like an uncomfortable marriage when it comes to the people outside of the home? Like, you want to be able to really marry the whole family. And don't get me wrong, it's not always going to be sweet like that, where everybody just gets along and everybody just loves each other. Even your own family, you're going to bump heads sometimes. So that's to be expected. But for the most part, I just wanted it to just be a good blending of the extended families together. So that was my list. Thankfully, prayerfully, God allowed me to have a husband who is everything on this list. He displays everything on this list and more. And, I'm just so happy that I took the time to pray and ask and was specific about these things. And I'm just so appreciative for God for blessing me with that, because, it's been a long time coming. So I encourage any of you who are wanting to be married to do the same thing. Sit down and really think about the things that are really important to you, not just physical things, not things that don't matter at the end of the day, because you have to think about a marriage is supposed to be lifelong, right? If someone is sick and in the hospital, is this guy or is this woman going to be, what I need him or her to be on at my side in my hospital bed with me, if or when I lose a loved one, if I lose a job, if I gain weight, if I lose weight, if I get sick, if I lose my job. Like, you got to think about all of these things in life that happen, and your partner that's going to be with you by your side through all of this. Who is this person going to be, and are they going to be able to make the cut and be able to show up for you during the things that happen in life? It's so important. And also, another disclaimer to put out there: just because I read off all these things, or just because I'm saying what I'm saying, that doesn't mean that there won't be hiccups along the way, because you're still two individuals, right? My husband and I are still very different. So although he may be all of these things that I prayed for in my list, and those are the super important things that make me happy at the end of the day, but we have differences. Like, I'm talkative. I talk and talk and talk and talk. And I share my feelings. I'm always feeling some kind of way about something, and I always want to talk about my feelings. And he's not like that. He talks, but a lot of times he's kind of quiet. He's kind of internalizing things, thinking about things, and he's just more quiet. And sometimes, that will kind of bother me, because he will be internalizing something and just not ready to talk about it yet. And then I'm like, looking at him like, okay, you got an attitude, whatever. And yeah, so it's not going to always be happy rose petals and flower fields all the time. It's not. But you can get through anything with the right person and with God in your life. That is absolute first and foremost. With God in your life, if you both can humble yourselves, you can go to God when you need to go to God. You can go to Him when things are going good, when things are going bad. And most importantly, love each other through everything. So as we celebrate our 6-year anniversary on tomorrow, Lord willing, I just want to encourage someone that you can actually pray for who you want in your life, who you need in your life. And if you find yourself not really knowing what you need because you may not have really done that I don't know, that search within yourself to see, what you need. You just know what you want. Pray to God for that. Ask him to reveal to you and just to show you what you actually need to become one with, because ultimately that's what you guys are doing. You're being married and you're becoming one. So that is it, guys. I just wanted to share that. I pray that it encourages someone in your journey to find happiness in marriage. And if you're already married, I hope it just encourages you to just keep going forward, keep loving one another. And, only the sky is the limit to where you guys can reach. So until next time, bye.